Okay, I've got my long ride home shirt. Shout out to Bear Wozniak. In chapter 3 of the book of Genesis, we hear the story of the fall of Adam and Eve. Sad story. And then in chapter 5, we have the first genealogy in the Bible. And again, very sad. It's kind of like a litany of, and then he died. You're familiar with it. The generations of Adam to Noah. Adam was 100 years old, and then he lived to 800, and then he died. And then there was Seth, and then he died. And then there was Enosh, and then he died. Depressing stuff, tragic stuff, because of the fall of Adam and Eve. And they were driven out of paradise. It says in chapter 3, when he expelled the man, he settled him east of the Garden of Eden, and he stationed the cherubim and the fiery revolving sword to guard the way to the tree of life. They were expelled from paradise. The gates of heaven were now closed. Now, what's interesting is if you continue reading this genealogy, you come across Enoch. And this is in verse 21. When Enoch was 65 years old, he became the father of Methuselah. And it goes on to say, then Enoch walked with God, and he was no longer here, for God took him. Now, isn't that interesting? You have he died, he died, he died, he died. And with Enoch, instead of saying he died, it says God took him. Now, what's this all about? Well, it says Enoch walked with God. What does that mean? To walk with God means his lifestyle was all about loving God, worshiping God. Enoch was so in love with God. And they say that love can get through anything. Love could pass through that fiery sword of the cherubim. Love will pass through the gates of heaven. God never turns love away. And so isn't it beautiful that even with the fall of our first parents, someone who chooses to love God is admitted into the presence of God, into the abode of God for all of eternity. Brothers and sisters, walk with God. Love God with all your heart. Let your lifestyle be a God-centered lifestyle, and God will take you to himself.